Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the coffee stream and Friday free for all. And oh boy, is it a free for all. In fact, this coffee here, and my vape pen are not going to be enough for what I have in store for you. So hold on a second. Hold on a second. Also, TikTok is joining us because we're dual streaming. But I'll be back. See this? You see this?
11. At Melissa Horsehead. Red Heart. All was a fun time. The driving ape.
See this? I am not drinking any of this straight because it's rye and it's gross. But I will put some in my coffee. Because, Jesus Christ almighty, do I ever have a thing today? Oh look! Driving ape is home. That's enough. God, that smells god awful.
Alien 307. Could not see label.
I'm stealing your rye, god damn it! You're not drinking it. All right, black coffee with rye. This will be interesting. Let's see how this is going to taste.
That's cause I have real bourbon. The driving ape.
Actually, not too bad. It's palatable with coffee. It's because real bourbon is actually good.
That's cause I Melissa Horsehead. Red Heart. Smells like sweat.
It does smell like sweat.
Melissa Horsehead. Red 11. That's cause I have real bourbon. The driving ape. Speech off.
Okay. Speech has been turned off for now on TikTok. Hello, Costin. Hello, Elwin. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, rain. Freezing rain. Was anyone else's town a fucking sheet of ice yesterday? Because ours was. Oh, was it?
They had transport trucks literally sliding down the bridge.
Oh, Jesus. That's scary.
Like, you know how big the Skyway is?
Yeah.
Right? You know how tall the Skyway goes? Yeah, they were sliding from the top of that down.
They said we'd get snow, but we didn't. A lot of ice though, right? Hey, Fury Kitten! It was a giant slush pit.
Speaking of people from far off lands, hey Fury, how's the snow?
Yes, welcome Angel Dark. Welcome. That is a new name. All right. So, today, why did I put rye in my coffee? Well, let me tell you why I put rye in my coffee. The House of Commons has broken up for for Christmas break. But before they did, they just wanted us to know well, the Liberals wanted us to know just how much they really don't give a fuck about us, and the Conservatives wanted us to know that they do give a fuck about us, but in the cringiest way possible. Thank God Mr. Polyev was not involved in that. But I would also like to show you why the Conservatives did that cringy ass rhyme. Because it was a slap back. It was a clap back to the Liberals, who did the exact same thing 4 years ago, except when they did it, they didn't go after any actual issues that were facing Canadians during the time of the day. No, they just made fun of the fact that the Conservatives didn't have a good leader. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. It'll be bad. It'll be bad. So here we go. What brand of ride? Dixon's. Yeah, Duck Dog. So we're gonna get into those two things first, and then we're gonna look at Justin Trudeau versus Pierre Poilievre on the 13th and the 14th of December. That's our show for today. Hello.
Hello.
Can I help you?
Where'd you put it?
Back?
Drop my Johnny glass.
Why would I do that?
Upside down.
Yeah.
So TikTok was asking for the label. Here's the label. It's Dixon's Rye out of Guelph, Ontario. It's a decent distillery. They've got vodka and everything there. I'm not a fan of their moonshine, but their rye's not too bad.
Their flavored gin and their flavored vodka is really good. Okay, so we're gonna look at the liberal version from 4 years ago first, and we're gonna see why the conservatives did what they did and how different it is. And they're both cringy. They're both cringy, okay? But the conservatives at least talked about, something worth talking about. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, here we go. This was from 4 years ago, just before, I believe Andrew Scheer was picked. So Peter MacKay was the interim leader.
And now, as we all look forward to every year, the old member for Cape Breton Canso.
Apparently he does this every year. What?
I'm adjusting audio. Because I can't hear anything, so I need to hear the play now.
Manage your expectations, Mr. Speaker.
So this
Mr.
is
Speaker.
This is the guy from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. So this is from 4 years ago, and he's doing this.
It was the week before Christmas, and one thing's for certain: both opposition parties are definitely hurting.
See, this is where they're starting.
In their letter to Santa, they each had one ask: to find a new leader who was up to the task.
See, okay, so he's taking shots. So first of all, keep in mind that right now the Liberals and the NDP are a coalition. Okay, 4 years ago, the Liberals are taking shots at both the NDP and the Conservatives' leadership abilities. Right? Nothing else. Not about their politics, not about their not about how they want to tackle issues of just their leadership. Let's keep listening.
The Orange leader looked beaten. A force that was spent when all he could muster was 47%.
They sound like fucking high school kids. Ooh.
The Dippers, they're nervous because they posted the job and no one applied. They may turn to the internet to help fill their wish and place a help wanted ad on Plenty of Fish. Now the Tories have 14 with credentials to tout, and their values-based screening knocked none of them out. They've gone coast to coast, speaking right from the stump. It's evolved to a game of out-Donalding Trump.
Did you just no? Let me hear that. Let me put this back again so you can hear this, because we can't have a rip on conservatives 4 years ago without a mention of
14 with credentials to tout, and their values-based screening knocked none of them out. They've gone coast to coast, speaking right from the stump. It's evolved to a game of out-Donalding Trump.
Of course. You can't have an anti-conservative rhyme from 4 years ago without mentioning Trump. Despite the fact that Trump has nothing to do with fucking, what's it called?
Anything in Canada?
Anything in yeah.
Except for Trump Tower in Toronto?
Right.
Of course, the word on the street, without Peter MacKay, they hope the interim leader chooses to stay. But with the wind down south, the far right have a theory. To heck with them all. Let's draft Kevin O'Leary. To all candidates I offer Christmas, love, peace, and joy. But when it comes to the next election, I'd still bet on our boy.
Ew. 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 So, this is why this happened last week. While this is just as cringy, okay? I want you guys to listen to the difference in what is spoken about in this, okay? I want you to pay attention to the difference in the content.
It was the night before Christmas and no one could afford a house. Some people were blaming a fellow named Klaus. The Prime Minister said he would have people's backs, but it turned out his real plan was to triple the tax. The holidays are here, there's a gift shopping tradition, but things are more expensive thanks to the costly coalition. So instead, just rest, stay home, take a nap, try to forget about the Arrive Can app. If you hear the sound of a reindeer's hoof, then it's Santa, not Stephen, up on the roof.
See, because every time they're blaming Stephen Harper for things that he hasn't had control over.
That's a Mad Lib.
Yeah, they made it up. There was
He literally took a Christmas Mad Lib and just put a whole bunch of words in it.
Yes, honey. It wasn't just him. There was a bunch of conservatives in the caucus that did this project, and he just got chosen to read it.
I know. I'm the one that told you about it. Remember?
Yeah. So they made this Mad Lib, but Stephen is clearly Stephen Harper, because what is it that the Liberals blame? Stephen Harper. How long ago was Stephen Harper in office? Freaking 9 years now. You can't blame it on him anymore.
Santa reaches down inside of his sack. He knows what the people want is to have their freedoms back. But if you hear the sound of a convoy truck, then the message for Liberals is end the mandates. Jesus was born with a hope to save every sinner, even the ones who attend the press gallery dinner. At Christmas, we celebrate the joy that we find and proclaim peace and love to all people kind. This might not be as good as Cuzner's last riff. I just hope it won't get me shot by Jorno Dale Smith.
Oh, shit. I missed that part. Holy fuck. Wow, let's hear that again.
The joy that we find and proclaim peace and love to all people kind. This might not be as good as Cuzner's last riff. I just hope it won't get me shot by Jorno Dale Smith.
And Cuzner was the MP that he's directly calling him out. Cuzner was the guy from Cape Breton who we heard from first.
'Twas the night before Christmas. Inflation is the worst. The Conservatives have a leader who will put the people first.
Do you see how he's one sentence about their leader and about any leader? Everything else is about actual issues that are going on right now. Meanwhile, 4 years ago, all the Liberals could do was like, ha, 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 we have a leader and you don't. Nah, 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 nah. That's all they had.
Yeah, but who's the bigger hypocrite, though? Does that make see? It's like the question I have is for that because when the liberals did it, the conservatives shit all over them, right? But now that the conservatives are doing it, the liberals are going, "Oh my god, look at all this shit that they're doing!" Like, they're all fucking morons. I'm tired of them all.
No, it's called playing their own game and doing it better.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's
This whole thing, no. This whole fucking poetry and fucking parliament bullshit is a waste of my fucking money. They need to pull their heads out of their asses and fucking actually do their fucking jobs.
I don't know. It's if you're gonna do something like I think it's cringy, but I think it's very telling that one party chooses to mock the other party's lack of leadership, and then when this party chooses to do it, they choose to actually go look at how fucked up the look at what is actually happening here. I think it's very interesting that as cringy and time wasting as both of those things are, it says a lot about the people that like the content of that, because it's a way of like it's brinksmanship, yes, it's posturing, yes, but it works. Unless you have your own opinion, then you're just fodder for cancel culture. That's funny. It is. It's true though. It's true. Okay, let's see what TikTok chat is saying.
Not much.
Speech on.
Okay.
Speech off.
Two people saying hello.
Hello. Okay, so now we're gonna go to December 13th for question period. Trudeau versus. Let me go and find the proper. There we go. Okay. So the first part of this was just an MP who had served a long time, Jim Carr. He passed away. So
Have fun. I gotta go.
I love you. You don't have to yell. You could have spoken into the uncovered ear. Okay. Here we go.
Mr. Speaker, the government has the wrong target when it comes to public safety. They're banning hundreds. In fact, we don't know exactly how many because their officials can't tell us of lawful or previously legal hunting rifles and shotguns that are used by First Nations, by farmers, and by rural people right across the country. Meanwhile, last week, a man who was convicted of second-degree murder had been released early and is now rearrested for 51 counts of trafficking firearms.
Good God! That's insane! 51 fucking trafficking charges?
That's what you're worried about, not what he was released.
First of all, he was convicted of second-degree murder, and he was released early. And he was released early. So he didn't even serve his full fucking sentence. And let's
And picked up with 51 more.
And- yeah, and first of all, let's explain to people who aren't Canadian, second-degree murder sentences are fucking trash in Canada. They're like 10 years. Maybe 15 if it was like really bad, but they can't prove meditation. So like that's bullshit in the beginning. So it's Ugh. Early release for serial offenders. That sounds like a Tuesday. Yep. It's the last day of Parliament. They get to wear non-uniform, play games, have sausages. Oh my god. Is Canadian second-degree murder like UK manslaughter? I think so.
Why won't they go after this criminal and others like him instead of targeting Grandpa Joe's hunting rifle in Cape Breton?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, Canadians are united around the need to see our communities safer. And
No, we're united around the need to see your ass gone. That's what we're united around.
most Canadians understand that that means eliminating the guns that are most dangerous. Those
Yeah,
guns are
yeah,
designed
yeah. The handguns from fucking Detroit. Those are the guns that are most dangerous. The illegal imported guns from fucking Detroit. Okay? Not the fucking legally purchased rifles and even the legally purchased pistols that are up here. It's the imported illegal guns trafficked by people like this motherfucker that Polyev just talked about that you guys aren't stopping.
to kill the largest number of people in the shortest amount of time. That's why 2 years
shut
ago
up.
we moved forward with a ban on assault-style weapons. But we also know that we need to ensure that that ban stays in place. And that's why we're moving forward with a definition to define assault-style weapons.
Murder Toba is knives. Murder Toba is knives there, Duck Dog.
We will continue to consult with Canadians and all parliamentarians to ensure that we're capturing the right weapons.
Somebody
But
needs-
we will, Mr. Speaker, keep Canadians safe.
Somebody needs to shocky monkey that bastard every time he goes, because he doesn't do it in French. He doesn't do it in French.
Full leader of the opposition.
Only he's not capturing the right weapons, according to his very own Liberal MP for the Yukon, who said this is really upsetting. Many Yukoners regularly hunt either as a food source or for recreational aspects of hunting. I'm not happy with this bill.
There are a lot of Liberal backbenchers that are not happy with this bill. And I've noticed that every time I tune into question period and the Speaker of the House announces that it's time for questions and he announces that the honorable member for the opposition, the cheers and applause are growing in number. I don't just mean volume, I mean number. I know that there are more people than just the Conservatives now that are applauding him. You can tell. You can tell that the number of people in that room that are applauding that man is growing. And I think the main cast of the Liberal Party knows it, and they're getting very, very worried. Assault style, for fuck's sake, right? And as usual, the Liberals are reinstituting a ban that has been in place since the 80s, of course. And it didn't work then. Exactly, Lewin. Yeah, if it's black and has a pistol grip, considered a weapon of war, it's really stupid. But these dumbasses put the SKS on the list. Yep. My best friend and her family were all murdered by the 13-year-old brother with his dad's hunting rifle. Oh yeah, and he's totally free with an expunged record since he turned 18. Yep. Sounds about right. He doesn't do it in French because French is his first language. He has no idea what he's saying in English. Yeah. He can't lie, but he can't lie in English as well because it's not his first language. So he's got to
Other Liberal MPs have said likewise, and the Prime Minister's own public servants have testified that hunting rifles will be banned under his proposed amendment. Now that he's been caught with his real agenda, which is to go after hunters and farmers rather than gun smugglers and gangsters, will he reverse himself and promise never again to go after our hunters in this country?
Nope, no, he will not, because he is actually a very racist man, and he would, like Pincalo said today, him and I agreed. We're both waiting for somebody in Trudeau's cabinet to be like, well, didn't First Nations people used to hunt with bows anyways? Can't they just go back to that? Like, we are legitimately waiting for something racist like that to come out of a Liberal's mouth right now, because they do not give a fuck about the natives or the Indigenous people. They don't care.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
While Conservative politicians continue to fearmonger and share disinformation, we're doing the work necessary to keep
What
Canadians
disinformation?
continue to consult on the list, because
Are you calling your public servants liars?
we are not interested in going after guns that are typically used for hunting and protecting farms.
You can't even speak that word. You can't even speak that sentence properly without stuttering, you lying piece of shit. Oh my God. Oh my God, you can't even say that sentence without stumbling. I mean, the Manitoba MPP, she's Inuit, and she brought up polar bears, and the Liberals tried to pass it off. Yeah. Oh, except they're going to put like $5 billion into mental health for the First Nations because they feel guilty. Oh, he said disinformation. Now you got to take a shot. Okay. Trudeau, I call for your dismissal. You are a lying piece of shit. How's that for you, kitten? Oh, okay. This rye in the coffee isn't that good.
We're going to continue to make sure that we're banning the most dangerous weapons that were designed to kill people in the shortest amount of time. That is something, unfortunately, the Conservatives want to make legal assault-style weapons again, Mr. Speaker, and that's why they're the gun lobby, and that's why we're standing strong.
Honourable
What they do? Since when?
Leader of the Opposition.
Well, we all wondered how it was possible for this government to build up a 2.2 million person backlog in the immigration system. And now we found a clue. There are 60,000 people whose cases have been handed over to employees that no longer work for the government. You can just imagine someone calling up and saying, I'd like to speak to Jack. He's my case officer. I've been waiting for my immigration. And they say, oh, Jack hasn't been here in 10 years. Well,
wow. Wow. Holy shit. This is insane. After I eat lunch, the rye will settle. Damn right, Skippy. Damn Skippy, we want our assault style weapons back. We want our M4s back, and we want our semi-autos back. You fucking pussy. LOL, can anyone say ODSP? Right? Oh my god, the amount of times I, like, before I'm my current caseworker, it would be like, yo, your worker's this person, now it's this person, now it's this person, and none of them are here today. Ha ha ha.
No wonder things are delayed for so long. These are people who are separated from their families, refugees who need to get here quickly for their safety. How could the government have been so careless?
Because they don't give a fuck. They're racist pieces of garbage. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about us. They don't care about our reputation in the world. They don't care about the people that we're trying to help. They do not give a fuck because they're in power right now and they get hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So they don't care. They don't care. Ryan, cold brew is delicious. What kind of coffee you got going? Oh, it's just like cold black coffee.
Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Speaker, we continue to grow our immigration system. We continue to transform it and modernize it so that it's able
Shut up.
to respond to the needs of Canadians who
lying
want to
fucker.
become Canadians and contribute to our society. That's why we're investing in our system to provide a modern client experience and more efficient immigration system. And modernizing our immigration system is about putting people at the heart of everything we do, and we will continue to be there and resolve any technical issues.
Potato high flung meningococcal superstar Novocaine Fununja Pop. That's what he just said. He just said a whole bunch of stupid words. Like I don't even think he knows what he just said. He buys, Pincala buys Melita coffee. Oh my god, that was stupid.
The Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Well, from incompetence to bad ethics, we have another Liberal minister found guilty of violating the Ethics Act, this time for giving a $23,000 contract to one of her best friends at a company called Pomp and Circumstances.
Pomp and Circumstances?
And it reminds us of the Prime Minister giving $500 million to an organization called the We Charity that gave his family $500,000. So, Mr. Speaker, will this minister be held accountable, and will she be required to pay back the $23,000 in improper contracting that she gave out?
No and no.
The Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, in this House, there's a lot of debate and back and forth, but every now and then there's an opportunity for Canadians to weigh in directly on what's going on in federal politics. And yesterday, the residents of Mississauga Lakeshore...
What the is he having a fucking stroke?
Back and forth, but every now and then there's an opportunity for Canadians to weigh in directly on what's going on in federal politics. And yesterday, the residents of Mississauga Lakeshore had a choice. They could choose between the Conservative Party's politics of division and reckless proposals that included recommending you opt out of inflation by investing in crypto, or our government's approach of being there for Canadians every step of the way and putting more money back in their pockets.
What does this have to do with what he just fucking asked you? What the fuck? Okay, what? He asked you about a minister in your cabinet breaking the Ethics Act. And you're talking about an election in Mississauga Lakeshore? Can I have some of what he's smoking? Because it must be really fucking good. For that much of a disconnect. Regular coffee might be too bitter. That might be why. Get a head bottle, get a handful of espresso beans, a vanilla pod, pour in a bottle of brandy, squeeze out the excess air, squeeze it, cover to get all the air out. Wrap it in a towel with elastic bands and put it in the dryer. What the hell will that do? That sounds dangerous.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the people of Mississauga Lakeshore have spoken and elected a Liberal member of Parliament to come to Ottawa.
I'm shocked.
The honorable member for.
So that was Pierre Poilievre versus Trudeau on Tuesday. This is. Hold on. Okay, now we're gonna go watch the last day of Parliament between Trudeau and Poilievre. I still want to know what. Like, Poilievre is probably just like, what, wow. You know what I can't wait for? And what I will be covering, despite like having backed away from politics, when it comes time for the election cycle and the debate between Poilievre and Trudeau and Singh, woohoo! Poilievre is gonna wipe the floor with both of them. I would laugh if Trudeau got monkeypox. So would I. Give you a nice brandy extracted strong vanilla, a nice brandy extracted strong vanilla coffee alcohol. Interesting. That sounds good, actually.
Of childcare in half. We will continue to be there for Canadians this year and in the future.
Here we go.
The honorable leader of the opposition.
Working. We wish everyone a Merry Christmas, but it won't be merry for a lot of people. 1 in 5 Canadians are skipping meals. There's a 20% increase in the cost of a turkey dinner for the average family. And one Ontario Food Bank CEO said, clients are telling us they're considering medically assisted dying or suicide because they can't live in grinding poverty anymore.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Because not enough MPs are talking about that. I'm glad he said it. I'm glad the leader of the opposition is recognizing it and saying it. I'm glad it's not just MPPs or like backbenchers. Like, I am glad that the MPP or that the leader of the Conservative opposition is actually talking about. And in March, that is what's going to be the new mental health care. Yeah. Like now I'm going to be afraid of talking about my mental health to anybody because I'm like, oh, have you considered that?
This is after 7 years of this prime minister. He can promise whatever he wants, but these are the results he's actually delivered.
Yep.
How does he justify the $4.6 billion of waste when people cannot afford to eat?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we know Canadians are facing difficult times, but we also know Canadians continue to step up for each other.
There's only so much we can do.
But that's why this government has continued to move forward with direct supports for Canadians, whether it was doubling the GST credit for 6 months.
Doubling the GST credit for 6 months. You know that fucking shit comes in quarterly, don't you? Doubling the GST for 2 payments. Ooh, yay, good job.
They give hundreds of dollars more in the pockets of 11 million families.
You know there are 37 million people in this country, right?
Whether it was moving forward on rental supports and dental supports for low-income Canadians.
Oh, you mean the one-time payment of $500 that only 1.5 million renters got? or the dental supports that only cover up to age 12 when there are much better comprehensive provincial dental plans that cover up until age 18. That's probably why the Conservatives voted against those things, you dumb motherfucker, because they're a waste of money.
These are things that the Conservative Party voted against, but we're delivering $1,300 over the next 2 years for families to help with bills on dental. We're delivering $500 on rental. We're going to continue to deliver for Canadians.
$500 on rental. Do you know how much rent is right now? Oh, no way. You don't care.
Leader of the opposition.
What he has delivered is a 40-year high in inflation, the fastest rising interest rates in Canadian history. 1 in 5 Canadians not able to afford food. And what for? Well, according to the Auditor General, there's $28 billion of suspicious spending and another $4.6 billion of outright waste. Money that is driving up the inflationary crisis that Canadians are paying for right now. He gave checks
almost $33 billion
to dead people and prisoners, Mr. Speaker. When will he recover the $4.6 billion of wasted money the Auditor General identified?
Yeah. Corrections Canada people, like prisoners in the Corrections Canada system got CERB payments. Dead people got CERB payments.
Honorable Prime Minister.
Speaker, Canadians well remember that when we hit the challenge of the pandemic, we needed to be there for each other. And this government made the decision to move quickly to support Canadians, to support families, to support workers, to support seniors, to support youth, to move forward on supporting small businesses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're supporting small businesses, all right. One of my good friends has a small business, and your government is demanding she pay money for payroll tax when she wasn't paying anybody because you locked the fucking country down. But you care about small business, right?
Not only so people could get through the pandemic and the health crisis that it was, but also so we could weather the economic storm that came with it. And that's exactly what we did, seeing our economy come back faster.
Yes, billion. LMAO, I get a whole $220. I'm surprised Trudeau didn't get a boot in the face. Yep. I refuse to ask for any money from this government. Yep. If they drop it in my money in my account, that's fine, but I'm not asking it. Yep. When he announced CERB and they said it was a taxable income, I knew he was going to steal it all back. Oh, yeah. Only if small businesses, Walmart and Loblaws, right?
Than most of our fellow economies around the world. We're going to continue to support Canadians and make those investments that keep a better future.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Except the money went, according to the Auditor General, 1,500 prisoners got the money. Dead people got the money. $660 million of the money is under criminal investigation, and $4.6 billion was wasted altogether. Now, Mr. Speaker, the question was very simple. On what date will this Prime Minister and his government recover the $4.6 billion of waste identified by the Auditor General? The date.
On what date? Give us a date. Are we gonna see a instead of just give us a number, it's gonna be just give us a date.
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Canadians, like the Canadians in Mississauga Lakeshore, recognize the rhetoric from the Leader of the Opposition for what it is. Proposing cuts in Canadian pensions, proposing cuts for EI, proposing to do less for Canadians who need it. They voted against supports to make sure that families could send their kids to the dentist.
Do I understand parcel tongue? Like, I really hate to make things into fictional stories, but do I actually speak snake? This can't be English that he's speaking. This has to be snake. the snake talk. Who the fuck cares about Mississauga? Nobody cares about Mississauga. Let's see.
This year and next. These are the kinds of things the Conservatives continue to propose in their cuts and austerity approach. On this side of the aisle, we'll continue to be there to support Canadians who need it, because that's who we are as Canadians. We support each other.
Oh, really? Really? Your Minister of Finance came out and was like, well, if you peasants just didn't have anything to entertain yourselves with after a long, hard day's work, you would save money. Like, do you really have to have Disney Plus? Like, oh my God, you're complaining about having no money? Why do you have Disney Plus? You should just be working, eating, and sleeping. You don't need to entertain yourself or your family. Just get rid of Disney Plus and you'll be fine. Like, fuck you. And your out of touch bullshit. Fuck you, Trudeau. You told Canadian soldiers to kill themselves. Yeah. It's fucked. And Mississauga Lakeshore has some of the highest crime rate, highest fucking rent. Yep.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
This from a Prime Minister who's deliberately driving up home heating bills this winter. Home heating bills are expected to double right across the country. 40% of Atlantic Canadians live in energy poverty. Rural Canadians in Northern Ontario forced to heat with oil will have to pay more as well. And now the Liberal NDP plan is to raise prices further by tripling the carbon tax. Will the Prime Minister tell us exactly how much his carbon tax will cost the average Canadian family in higher home heating bills this winter?
Nope.
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
In fact, he's going to talk about, let's see, let me guess. He's going to talk about dental care again.
Mr. Speaker, the carbon price in Atlantic Canada doesn't kick in until the spring, so it won't cost them any more this winter. If he had actually paid attention instead of sharing disinformation with Canadians, he would know that. The reality is we are delivering a price on pollution that not only makes sure we're protecting our future against climate change, but we're putting more money in the pockets of hardworking Canadians to support them through this transition.
You mean the people like Krista Freeland who gets like, what did she say? She would get like something like $2,000 from the carbon tax, like as a credit, because of where she lives and that she can take a bike and whatever. That's what our price on pollution does. That's what it will continue to do to support Canadians while we fight climate change.
L'honorable député de Belleuil.
So that's that. Oh my lordy. That was how much you want to bet she drives a $200,000 Audi? Huh? I could buy a house with no bedrooms in Mississauga for $1 million. Yep. So taxing people is fighting climate change. Yep. Apparently it is. So, what do you guys what would you guys like to watch tonight on Twitch as a Christmas movie? Because I want to do a Christmas horror movie tonight and a Christmas horror movie next Friday. I was thinking tonight we do the Silent Night, Deadly Night from 1972, and then next Friday we do Black Christmas from 1974. Because I refuse to watch the remakes. Gremlins? Would I get hit for Gremlins on Twitch? How old is Gremlins? Gremlins is from the 80s, right? I might do Gremlins. The Shining. Die Hard. Ooh, all good picks. We could do Die Hard. Because I like the first Die Hard because it has Alan Rickman in it. Yeah, let's do Die Hard this week, and what should we do next week?
Izzy Mira, 50 red heart. 5MT, 2 close. D, love horror movies. 3X.
Love horror movies.
4, you're amazing. Ghost Sphere.
Thank you.
D, love horror. Hit 4, your 1995 joint. Zach Cripple. Okay, I just joined and thought you drank too much coffee cause of the ice. Mind that. Terry Baker joint. D, love horror movies. 3X, Terry Baker joint. That's 4, you're amazing. That's a underscore and 1 boxing glove. Ben wrestling joint. 4, you're amazing. Speech.
Okay, let's see. I like when he falls off the building. Let's see. Is there a free version of Die Hard, or do I have to buy it? No. Let's see. I may have to rent it. Or it might be on... Oh, no. Buy or rent. Come out to the coast, we'll have a few laughs. Haven't we watched Die Hard together? Don't you like Die Hard? I thought you liked Die Hard. Okay. Okay, we have rented Die Hard for $4. we will be watching Die Hard on Twitch. Probably at 11. So that Pink Hollow and I can come home and have some alone time and after dinner. You play the movie in your head constantly. I still say everyone was sleeping on watching Reacher. Reacher was I like Reacher. I'm probably gonna sit and listen to it and see if described video is on, because I like when you describe it, but I want to see what I like to see what they describe versus what you describe. It's an interesting comparison because between both of you, I basically know exactly what's going on in things. So when I'm talking to other blind people, they're like, "How the fuck do you know all of this?" I'm like, aha. Not only do I watch described video, but I have a kick-ass husband whose describing skills are kick-ass. Okay, I can't. I backed out. Wait, did I? Shit, it went through already. Did it go through already? Damn it. My what? Stupid me. Ah! Why are you... Safari, why did you open? Oh, that was stupid of me. That was stupid of me to do that. Because if I could screen share for Netflix, or that was dumb. That was very stupid. All right. All right. I'm going to end this and pack up the get the kids stuff ready to go, get my kitchen floor cleaned up, just do a bunch of houseworky stuff. But I'll be back later on Twitch, probably 11 for movie night, and I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.